Hello and welcome to Quick Learn Photography, straight to the point videos that teach you everything that I've learned in over the last 10 years of professional photography. I'm James, and in this one I'm going to talk about the difference between these two, difference between a softbox and the difference between an umbrella. Why you need them both, or do you only need the one? So straight off the bat I'll say start off with umbrellas. If you're learning off-camera flash, which the last video was about, so check that out, where you have the light on a stand through one of these light diffusion methods, then just start off with umbrellas. They're perfectly fine to get started with, and they're perfectly fine to shoot professionally with as well. They're a lot cheaper, they're a lot lighter, they're a lot easier to transport. So why would you bother getting a softbox? Well, we're going to get onto that in a minute. So what's the difference? So they're pretty similar sizes, as you can see. So it's about getting the light source bigger and bigger. So you've got a light behind. We're going to start with speed lights, not fancy studio lights or nothing. So you can start with a speed light as long as it can do off-camera flash, where you have a trigger like this on top of the camera that sets off the light source, whatever it is, whether it's a ginormous studio light or just the starting off speed light, which is enough to get you started. So this is beginners courses, remember, that's my target audience, is beginners that are learning from scratch, just like I did. So start with an umbrella, and you put this through like on the stand. So if that was on the stand there, it'd be like there, through the lighting source, and that's how it'd be, and it would go through either one. So let's look at the umbrella. I've got another one here. You can see how small, light, easy they are, easy, easy, easy. I think £10 from Amazon, this one, not a lot at all. They can break, but it doesn't matter, because you get a couple of them. So you open them up, and there's your light source. There's the diffusion, it will go through there, and the further away the light, let's demonstrate this. So if you have your light attached to here on the stand, I'll show you the back in a minute. The further away it is, the more the light will spread and make a bigger circle of light, whereas the closer you have, it'll be more of a hot spot. Sorry, I've just realized how stupid I look. It'll be more of a hot spot in the middle of the light, so you get a harder light. If you want a softer light, you want the light furthest away like that, and it will spread out more onto the umbrella, and that's fine. And you've got a nice bigger source of light rather than just the end of your light source like that. So it's softer, it's nicer, and it just starts looking better all around. Now you notice with this umbrella, there's just one layer to it, which is fine, but we can see the difference with that one in a minute, because it's got two layers, and why that makes a difference, only a little bit. But this is more than enough to get started. It really, really is. Just start with this. Don't go straight for softboxes. You really don't need to. And in some images that you can do, like portrait work and stuff like that, when it's off-camera flash, if you don't know what that is, that's what the last video was about. So this is where we're controlling the lights from a trigger system that's on top of the camera. So you trigger the lights off, so you can put the lights wherever you want. So it's about controlling the light, portraits, whatever, and you can get by fine with umbrellas. When I very first started doing corporate headshots, that's what I used, umbrellas. Just straight through, nice and simple, nice light, soft light. And there is actually a benefit to those over that, but there's benefits from both, swings and roundabouts sort of thing. So that has got one layer of diffusion, that's got two. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Now, actually I'll show you that now. Let's get on with that now. So here's one very similar. Try not to knock the camera over. So that's the mount at the back. It clicks in to what's on top of the light stand, which I'll show you in a bit, and obviously the light will go through there like that. Okay, so if I can open this up, you see the extra layer of diffusion in there. There's two layers of diffusion it comes through, and also it's silver reflective inside as well. Okay, so why is that important? Right, so the umbrella. One of the negatives about that is you have slightly less control of the spill of the light. So can you see the softbox there? It's contained, it's completely contained. Nothing can escape the sides, no light can escape the sides at all. And because it's reflective inside like that reflector there, all the light is just concentrated forward into that source where it's coming out. With the umbrella, it's not so much. There's a lot of spill. The back of the umbrella is open, remember? And the light can start spilling out everywhere. So if you've just got white walls all around, it's in like a studio environment, then it's kind of, it helps you a bit because the light spreads out nice and evenly, like around the surroundings a little bit more, but you've got less control of the light. So let's say you're shooting against, say, a white backdrop with a portrait session, and there's like orange walls at the side. Some of the spill might hit that orange and sort of put a bit of a tinge on your image, or start casting an orange cast or whatever the color is. So that's the danger with umbrellas a little bit, is you're in less control of where that spill is going and you're losing light a bit as well. But it takes a lot to really notice the difference of that. But yeah, you're in less control with that. But it can brighten the whole scene up even more, so that's the advantage. It can sort of spread the light, similar to bouncing it off the ceiling like I showed you in one of the previous videos. It can spread the light out and make a nice even light a little bit more. So it's that kind of advantage, but you've got to control it. And you're in less control of that umbrella, but it still does perfectly fine and adequate portrait lights and using off-camera flash. Now the benefit of the softbox, as I said, it contains the light, so it's more concentrated. You've got 2 layers of diffusion, so it slightly takes the edge off even more, and you can completely control that light source, and there's no spill coming out the sides at all, so it's more concentrated on the subject. So if you're really doing shots that need to look consistent, then softboxes are great. You can slightly see the difference over time, but my recommendation is start with umbrellas and see how you get on with that. First of all, you've got to get the hang of off-camera flash first, so it can be quite tricky. But once you get the hang of it, start with umbrellas as well. So let's have a look at this in action, see how it works, see the differences, and then we'll have a review afterwards. Okay, so we're just going to do a very simple portrait. I'm going to start with a softbox, and it wasn't expensive this. You can get really entry-level softboxes. Okay, so it clips onto the S-mount. The flash is in there. There's a receiver on the flash, and the trigger is going to talk to the receiver. Now, we're on a mirrorless camera here, a Sony, so it's shown me a live view so I can focus. If I take a photo with the settings that I'm at, which is this, it won't let a lot of light in, so the receiver's off. So let's take a photo, and there's the preview. So there's not a lot there. There's a little bit of light here now. That's kind of haunting now. So you get the idea. So mirrorless will show you a preview of the image so you can focus. Right, so let's turn the trigger on. We're on flash B is the one up there, so that's 1/16 of a power. So that's going to talk to that, and let's take the shot. So it's a very nice, oh, let's get it back. So it's a very nice portrait there. Nice lighting, nice angle, everything, okay? Just to get you started. So let's put the umbrella on. So there's the umbrella set up, exactly the same. I haven't moved anything. It just slots through a little hole in the mount, and most fittings that will hold a flash will have that hole that you can put an umbrella on. So same angle and everything, same settings. I haven't changed a thing. Let's take the shot. Oh, go back to the preview, and there we go. That's from a cheap £10 Amazon umbrella. So let's toggle between the 2 images. So this is with the umbrella, and that's with the softbox. Not a lot in it. I'll show you the proper images on the screen. So it's a little bit darker in the background. That's called fall off from the softbox. It's probably because it's got 2 layers of diffusion, whereas the umbrella has got white. The shadow is a little bit different as well. So you can just see a difference. But the purpose of this video is for beginners, just to say, get started with an umbrella and then worry about all the technicalities of why a softbox is better or more controlled later on. But you can see the difference. There's not a lot in it. So I hope that helped. Now, softboxes are really good, and I do recommend them as you go along. Get a softbox. They don't have to be that expensive. Just look on Amazon and play around with it, and you can see the slight difference as well. Another thing with softboxes I forgot to mention is you can put a grid on those. So I'll show you that another time, where you can get an even more concentrated light source hitting the subject and less spill going out around your surroundings. But yeah, my recommendations, start with an umbrella and just start doing portraits with that. And that's how I did years ago, and then I moved up to softboxes, but I still use those from time to time. It just depends on what sort of look that I'm after. And also convenience. If I'm just feeling lazy, I'll take umbrellas with me as well. So have a go with that. Start with umbrellas, and I hope this helps. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more with one-to-one coaching, that's a service that I'm offering now. Hit the link below and we can have a chat about what your photography needs are, and if I can help, it'd be great to have some one-to-one coaching with you. So again, hope that helps, and get practicing with umbrellas and softboxes.